What's up, YouTube? This is your girl Megan. Welcome back to my channel. If you're already a subscriber, if this is your first time joining me on today, go ahead, hit that subscribe button because you know you want to. I want to welcome all of my new subscribers. Slow and steady wins the race. Right now, I'm at 280 subscribers, which is not shit really, but you know, I set a goal that by the end of 2019, so 1 year from today, I would like to be at, I'm going to say 2,000. I think 2,000 is a very realistic expectation. 2,000 subscribers. Now, granted, I don't really measure the success of a YouTube channel based off of their subscribership, nor do I feel like I just have to have a certain amount of subscribers in order to talk about the shit that I love. But hey, it's a goal. And nevertheless, I appreciate you guys for supporting. And I hope you enjoy my content. So, today I would like to talk about Mars and the sign of Gemini. Never mind me, I'm just in my car. It's raining. I'm waiting a few minutes before I go pick my daughter up because, I will not be able to get a video done today if I don't. So, yeah, Mars and Gemini. What is Mars? Mars is the planet of your willpower, your aggressions. It's the planet of passions, the things that you put a lot of energy towards, your instinctual urges, your sexual urges, as well as the way that you fight, how you handle confrontation, how you handle, shit when shit gets sticky, your gut reactions. So, with that being said, Gemini is an air sign ruled by the planet Mercury, which creates somebody who spends a lot of time expressing themselves and connecting with other people. So this is kind of similar to Mars in Libra, as well as Mars in Aquarius, given that these are air signs, right? And naturally, air signs just have a tendency or a proclivity towards self-expression and being relatable in one sense or another. However, with Gemini and Mars, this creates somebody who is just instinctually very witty, instinctually very charming in the way that they relate, in the way that they go about doing these things with other people, right? Somebody who naturally just has the gift of gab. This could be the type of person who, depending on what it's aspected by, they could be con artists. These could be people who could talk you out your drawers, talk you out your panties. People who could talk you into doing things that are against your best interest. Or these could just be talkative motherfuckers who just don't hush. These could be people who, if you upset them, if they feel slighted or threatened, they could cut you deep with words, given that, once again, Mars is the planet of how you handle confrontation and how you handle war. A lot of people with Gemini Mars tend to have this high-strung kind of energy to them, and it's very hard to control themselves, especially when they are fronted with opposition. And the best way that they can really take out an opponent is through them words, baby. That Mercury makes you a wordsmith unmatched, okay, to any other. So more than likely, this is a placement of somebody who, you could even be a writer with this placement. It's kind of similar to, I did a video on Mercury in the sign of Gemini. That, with Mercury is more so connected to the mind. With Mars, you have a natural instinct, a gut reaction. There's something that's just intrinsically tied to your core, your nature, that allows you to rely on your ability to charm other people and to use your self-expression to navigate through certain spaces. So also, depending on the condition of your 6th and your 10th house, this could create, and even I would argue your 5th house, this could create somebody who has a very prominent career in writing, a very prominent career in even the arts of some sorts. Anything involving self-expression, words, I mean, in media, you could this is a good placement for somebody who could, venture into journalism, the media field. Mars and Gemini sexually tend to be it's important that you understand these people do not like to be bored. They need constant stimulation, constant kind of they need to be constantly introduced to new experiences, people, places, and things. And this can manifest in their love life as somebody who, I mean, it's kind of hard to tie down. They can gain a reputation for somebody who kind of is very shifty, very flighty, very much opposed to like the traditional dating style, or a dating style that might be a little bit more closed off or reserved or traditional, such as a Mars in, let's say, Capricorn, or a Mars in Scorpio. These people are more, they tend to go where the fun is, right? So if you're fun to be around, if they feel like they can learn something from you, they're all in it until they can't, or until they feel like that's changing. And I mean, if you're with a Mars Gemini person, they could genuinely be into you, but because of that short attention span and that constant need to experience things, and that disdain for boredom and complacency and routine, they might meet somebody else. They might meet somebody at work. They might meet somebody down the street who they feel like can offer them a different experience. They still fuck with you, but let me look into this. Let me see what this is about. So these could be people who rotate lovers. These could be people who engage in unconventional situationships, unconventional style dating life, or just people who just constantly need to be stimulated. Another interpretation of Mars in Gemini are people who, in order to get close to them, dating, right, or even to fuck them, right, even to get them in a position to where you guys are having sex or in bed, you have to appeal to their intellectual abilities. You have to appeal to that Mercury, their mind. You have to appeal to, what's up here, as opposed to you just looking good. Yeah, you can look good all you want, but if you're an idiot, if you're simple, if you're boring, I don't like saying an idiot because that's really relative, but you know what I mean. If you don't have anything to offer that can really stimulate them mentally, it's hard to turn them on. And Gemini is the opposite sign of Sagittarius. So they have very similar, and they're actually very, very similar as far as the things that they tend to be drawn to. These people, Gemini Mars people, are drawn towards, debates and philosophy and learning a little about a lot, but the main difference between them and Sagittarius, maybe like a Sagittarius Mars, is that Sagittarius likes to focus on the big picture of things, while Gemini kind of gets caught up in the details, and Gemini gets caught up in like I said, learning a little about a lot. So it's more so a scattered energy, and it's also because of this Gemini Mars people tend to start a lot of projects and don't finish them. They're really good for popping out ideas, but might not have the endurance or just the attention span to really like see it through to the end, and it takes a lot of extra energy and effort for these people to do so. I find with this placement, these people are also, depending on what else the Mars is aspected with, these people could be very nervous, like have a lot of anxiety, nervous tension. And I mean, once again, it's that Mercury thing, right? They have a dire need to assign meaning to things in a similar way to Sagittarius. They have a dire need to figure out, because Mercury is the natural ruler of the third house. Short distance travels, the people around you in everyday life, just your everyday people, places, and things. Communication, the way you express yourselves with others. People with Mercury Mars have a need to constantly engage in investigation skills to figure out the world around them, to understand and analyze the world around them, what's going on around them, to share ideas with the people around them. On the negative side, these people could be kind of catty, bad with secrets. They can, be prone to, depending on what it's aspected with and what house it's in and all that good stuff, could be in a position to tell people secrets, or even just be loose with their own secrets. These people can definitely be, prone to scandal, a lot of public scandal, because of that inability to keep their mouth closed, and because of all of that excess energy. Like I said, depending on what it's aspected with, this could create people who create their own problems, and this can manifest in a very public upheavals, public turbulence, especially with friends and associates and the people around them in their everyday life. And yeah, so and I forgot the best part, which is the freaky shit. So in the bedroom, Mars and Gemini tends to, going back to that mental thing and that need to express and communicate, these people might even like to be talked to in the bedroom, more so than others. They enjoy that kind of auditory kind of seduction, that auditory stimulation. These people could like to role play, they could like to get into that type of kinky shit where you present alter egos in the bedroom. Definitely not boring. Mars and Gemini brings about a very fun, experimental approach to sex and dating. So I thought that was kind of, it's kind of fun to know. I haven't dated anybody with their Mars and Gemini. Chris Brown has his Mars and Gemini. I was looking up celebrities with that placement. I know he's one for sure who has that. But he got a little dick though. So maybe that's just, I don't know. Never mind me. Make sure y'all leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of the video. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns. Also, as always, make sure you practice unconditional self-love so that you can love others. And until next time, I holla.